Hello, I'm Nobby. Welcome to my workshop. An apology that I've not put up any YouTube videos most recently. The reason being that I've just had cataract surgery to my right eye, so both eyes have been fixed now. A suggestion that from the hospital that I sort of limit my activities a bit, not lifting heavy weights and keeping away from dusty areas and so forth until my eyes settle down. So I've had to take a bit of a break from the workshop for a while because of this. The good news for me is that it's improved my eyesight incredibly. I've now got very good distant vision, which I'd lost due to the cataracts. I can now see very nicely into the distance. The downside is that you can't have everything. By restoring my distant vision, my close vision has been quite badly affected. So I'm at some point going to have uh, prescription reading glasses. They suggest I wait about 6 weeks before I do this, and in the meantime, I got myself some sort of ready-made reading glasses, so that during this period I can sort of carry on reading and looking at YouTube and eventually sort of getting back in the workshop as well. But that's all sort of sorted now, I'm pleased to say. Um, I would like to give a shout out to an Australian YouTube channel called Cutting Edge Engineering. Um, you may be familiar with the site. It's run by a husband and wife team, Karen and Curtis. Curtis being the engineer, Karen being the videographer and running the administration side for their company. They specialise in welding and doing work on hydraulic systems, primarily for big earth moving equipment, used also in the mining industry, but it's real big heavyweight stuff, so it is very, very interesting. Now, Curtis and Karen have set up a GoFundMe account for Matty of Matty's Workshop, also in Australia. Matty, unfortunately, is quite unwell at the moment. He's having treatment for cancer, and the GoFundMe account really is to help Matty with some of the additional costs that he's having to bear for the hospital, some of the hospital treatment, things like scans and medication and so forth. So all credit to cutting edge engineering for doing this. I'm sort of very pleased that they've set this up for Matty. Another thing I wanted to mention is that next week in the UK there's a model engineering exhibition. It's the Midlands Model Engineering Exhibition in Warwickshire, quite close to Leamington Spa. This is the flyer for the exhibition, which I hope you can see. You can obviously look this up on the internet to get all the details on it. It runs next week from the 12th to the 15th of October. Um, I've been to see this show for many years now, since I started with my workshop about 7 years ago. Unfortunately, I missed last year because I was not well enough to go, but I'm going to go there this year, and I'm actually going on the first day, which is Thursday, the 12th of October. Now, if there's anyone else that happens to watch this video or watch my channel that's going to this model engineering show, if you see me there, do come up and say hello. I'd really like to meet some other YouTubers in person. I mean, if I spot anyone that I recognise, I'm going to do the same. So if there's anyone going there, I hope to see you. I wanted just in this video just to mention a few new bits and pieces I've got for the workshop over the last weeks and months. One is a set of taps and dies that are found in Lidl. um, well, perhaps not necessarily an unusual thing for Lidl to have in this special offers section, but it's a set of metric taps and dies. There are 9 taps and 9 dies. They're only sort of carbon steel ones. The taps are first cut taps. But this set was such a reasonable price. It was about £13. So I'll get a set of these. I have actually tested some of the very small size taps here, just to check them out, and they're absolutely fine. Obviously, very nice sharp threads produced with them. The taps range from 3mm up to 12mm, with a pipe tap here as well, and corresponding die, and obviously with a die holder and tap holder as well. It also comes with a, whoops, we'll get that, drop that on the floor, a little set of thread depth gauges as well. It's only a quite small set, and I imagine probably to correspond to the sizes of taps in the little set. But in addition to this, another thing Lidl had is a larger set of gauges. This covers, I think, the sort of whole range. I've picked this set up as well because the metric and imperial gauges I have are quite old and were second hand, so they're obviously a brand new, sort of nice and clean. Also, when I do already have a couple of sets of metric tap and die sets, but these were both bought second hand when I first set my workshop up, so it is nice to sort of have a brand new set. It would have been lovely if Lidl had imperial taps and dies as well, because that's something I could actually do with, is a decent set of imperial British standard coarse and fine taps and dies. So what I've got is a real hodgepodge of second hand ones, and I've got quite a lot of taps but very few dies to go with them. But anyway, metric is our system here now in the UK anyway. Something else that I got recently was a fly cutter. The fly cutter I've been using since I set the workshop up and got my milling machine is this one. I made this as the first project after I got my milling machine. It's got a 12mm shaft on here, so I can use this in a collet chuck, and the tool is a high-speed steel, and this works perfectly well. I've used it so much. It works fine with aluminium and brass. On the harder steel material, it does blunt the blade quite quickly, so I'm going to keep resharpening the blade. And for a long time, I thought I'd rather like to have a better fly cutter, so I bought this one. This came from Kronos Engineering. It's obviously much larger and heavier than my one, but it's already on a Morse Taper 3, which fits directly into my mini mill. It came with the high-speed steel tool, but what I wanted to do was to have a tool with a carbide tip. So I used a spare lathe tool that I had, which actually was a right-hand cut, and obviously the tool needs a left-hand cut one. So I machined this, you see, I machined this one down so it would fit into the slot, and give me the correct centre position. And where it had the pocket on this side to take the carbide tip, I machined one on the opposite side, so it would take the same tips that the tool originally used. This works really well, and obviously works very much better with steel as well, and obviously can be fitted directly into the milling machine without having to use the collet chuck system as well. Quite pleased to have this. It wasn't terribly expensive. I think this only cost about £16 or £17. A curious thing though, they also offer an MT2 version of this, which for some peculiar reason was more expensive than the Morse Taper 3 version. Don't really know what the reasoning for that is. Perhaps some sort of marketing exercise or whatever. I don't know, but there we are. I'm quite pleased to have that. The other things that I've got sort of fairly recently are a couple of sets of drills. I bought quite a long time ago a set of drills. They were cobalt drills ranging from 1mm to 6mm in 0.1 increments. And these have been so useful where I've had to drill very, very accurate holes to take shafts and various other things for my sort of model making as well. I was able to use drills of different sizes to get the exact one to give me the absolute perfect fit. And I thought it would be very, very nice to have another set of drills which would extend the range more, from like 6mm up to 10mm. I checked around eBay, there's nothing really there that I could find. And I also checked out some other websites to see if I could find a set at an affordable price. And eventually I did. I found this set. These are high speed steel, not cobalt. I think cobalt drills in this size range would be actually very expensive. These range from 6mm up to 10mm, again in 0.1 increments. So this will give me a really good range now from 1 to 10mm. And obviously, even if I'm working in imperial sizes, I can generally find a drill here that matches what I want if I'm working with imperial measurements as well. The two sets of drills also give me all the various tapping drill sizes that I need as well. So it's very, very useful indeed. And the price of this set was very, very good indeed. I can't remember exactly what it was, but working it out on averaging out, it works out at less than £1 for each drill. Now, in the past, I've had to buy individual drills of specific sizes, and that they're always £1 or more for small drills bought individually. So quite pleased to have these sets now. And another drill type that I'd heard about from another YouTube channel are pilot point drills. The object of these, I think, was so that the drill would give you a flat bottom to the drilled hole. So they're similar in some respects to brad point drills that you use for woodworking. The difference with the brad point drill is that at the tip of the drill, you obviously have a brad point. But the two sides of the front of the drill sort of slope inwards, so that the outer edge is actually the cutting edge. So this sort of cuts into wood first. Brad point drills have obviously a centre location pilot point, but the sides of the drill here, from what I can gather, are straight. So when they drill in, you obviously get a hole in the centre, but on either side of it, a flat area. I thought it'd be great to have a set of these. The ones that they show were made by DeWalt. But when I investigated the cost of these, they were astronomically expensive, and I just really couldn't afford to buy the DeWalt drills. So I did a bit of further investigation, looking up pilot point drills, and I came across this set. They're branded Denali, which I think it has sort of links to Amazon. In fact, this drill set came from Amazon. So as these were a very reasonable price, I got myself a set of them. The other useful thing for me is that these are actually in imperial sizes. They range from 16 millimeters to half an inch. Now these don't have a flat point on either side of the pilot point. I'll show you. I made a little drawing because obviously the drill was a bit too small for you to see this, but if you can see, if you can see my drawing, the drill has this center locating point, and each side of it has two steps, which are sort of the steps are sort of perpendicular to the drill itself. So on testing these, the drill locates very, very well into a punch point, and it drills down to the first step and then the second step. So at the outer edge of the bottom of the hole, it does give you a flat area to locate things like hex head screws that you want to set below the surface of a hole, and possibly for a lot of other uses as well. So I think these drills are going to be very, very useful to me. Additionally, being imperial drills, it gives me another nice range of imperial drills as well. I've got masses of metric drills because they're much easier to get hold of. They often turn up on special offer and so forth. So I've amassed quite a range of them. Prior to having these, the only set of imperial drills I had only went up to 1/4 of an inch. So now this has extended the range for me a bit further. Drills above a 1/2 inch, all I have is a bit of a hodgepodge of different drills, mostly second-hand ones, one or two that I have specially bought for particular projects, which I bought new. I've not used these to drill sort of flat base pockets so far, but I have used these quite a bit where I've needed to drill an imperial size hole, and they are really good drills. They're high speed steel coated drills. This set cost just under £13 delivered, so it's quite good value as well compared to the price of the DeWalt ones. But I hope these little bits and pieces have been of interest to you, and I hope there's a possibility I might meet up with a few people at the Model Engineering Show next Thursday. Anyway, thanks very much for joining me in the workshop today, and thank you to all the people that have subscribed to my channel. I'm very close to 600 subscribers now, which I suppose compared to a lot of YouTube channels, it is a fairly small number. But me being a a sort of very amateur channel, I'm quite pleased with. And also, thanks for all the lovely comments I've been receiving recently. It's inspiring that people are sort of giving me sort of nice comments and giving the inspiration really to carry on with the channel. Anyway, again, thanks for joining me, and I hope to, now my eyes are very much better, to have a little bit more content for you in the future. So bye bye for now.